Hey, my name is Dustin Selva with Elemental Flutes, and in this video I want to share with you the world's first magnet triple flute. So these flutes can come apart and they go back together, and you can start interchanging different flutes with each other. So let's dive into the video and I'll show you how that works. So this is your standard triple A-frame flute. This is in the key of F sharp, and this flute is fully collapsible. You can take off either side, put them back together. So if you want to, you could play it as a double, or you can play it as a triple. Now the beauty of this system is that you can put compatible keys with it. So for example, I have the high pitch key of C sharp. Now with these types of flutes, what you can do is basically take one of the flutes off and interchange them. So for example, I can take one side of the C sharp off and take one side of the F sharp off, and now you can put the F sharp onto the C sharp, and you can put the C sharp onto the F sharp. Now what's really cool about this is that within the Native American flutes, you have about 3 different keys that you can do this with. There's a lot of different options for what you can do, but we're creating this as a system to be 3 different keys that are all compatible. So you also have the bass B triple flute, and this flute, what you can do is, for example, take the bass B drone off, and you can take the F sharp drone off. You can put the F sharp into the bass B. So you have this flute here. And then you could also take the bass B and put it on here. So you have C sharp, F sharp, B. Now the beauty of C sharp, F sharp, and B is that from low B to F sharp is a 5th apart, and in music theory that means it's very compatible. You can play all the notes in the minor pentatonic scale and it all works with each other. Now same with the F sharp to C sharp, it is also another 5th apart. The C sharp and B are not they're so close together if they were the same octave range, but they're deeper, so it helps to make it so they're not right next to each other and competing as much. So you can tie this up, create a C sharp drone. You can take one of these leather ties off. So you have 4 different drone options on this, and really the sky's the limit for these. Now what's also really cool is when we get into also alternative scales. So for the alternative scales, you have F sharp for the middle range triple drone flute. Now these are both F sharp, but they're different scales. You have the Aeolian scale, and then you also have the Hejaz scale. Now the beauty of these two and your triple F sharp magnet flute is that all you need to do is take your drones of your F sharp, and now you have a drone flute in the key of F sharp with the jazz. And you can also take the other drone, and now you have a triple Hejaz flute. Now same thing for the Aeolian flute, is that you can just take that Aeolian and swap it out for the middle. So basically, without needing to buy an entirely new triple drone flute, you can swap these out. Now the notes are not perfectly compatible, but again, you could also purchase a drone in Hejaz with however many drone notes you would want on that, and leather ties. So this system then ends up becoming extremely versatile. We tried to figure out how many different combinations you can do, and it's a lot. Say 50 or 60, probably, you know, because you have your F sharp Hejaz, you have your F sharp Aeolian, and you have your F sharp minor pentatonic standard Native American 6-hole flute. But you can also take this triple and add on a C sharp drone to all 3 of those. So there's 6 right there. You could change that C sharp drone to a bass B drone. There's another 3 right there, so that's 9. Now you take both of those combinations and you change out this drone to 2 different options, and that gives you another probably, I think 12 different options. So there you're at 21. So it's just so many endless possibilities for this. The other really cool thing about this style of flute is that when you get the compatible keys of B, F sharp, and C sharp, you can start making the Mayan temple flutes. So, for example, you can do doubles and triples. What the Mayan temple flute looks like is this. So you have 3 compatible notes on each flute with each other. You have a low B and you have an F sharp. So when you play them together, so you have basically this Mayan temple harmony drone flute. And the really cool thing about this is you could also create, with the 3 different drone options, you have also C sharp. Now, what you can do is take your middle minor pentatonic flute, put it in the middle, and you can take your C sharp drone and put it on the outside. Your 6 holes in the middle, you just tie the top 3, and it looks exactly like this, just 3 holes. This flute just didn't have these 3 holes drilled in there. So I'll show you what that looks like. And so what that triple Mayan temple drone flute would look like is this. You have a bass B for one side with 3 holes. The middle is an F sharp with 3 holes. And then you also have the C sharp 3 holes on this side. So you could potentially play this as a triple with the low drone note. The higher one might sound a little bit funky, but here's it as a double with the C sharp. Then you can swap over and play the F sharp with the bass B. And then if you want to play all 3 together, this note with all these open is an F sharp, so you should have an F sharp drone flute with your C sharp, F sharp Mayan tempo. So with this, you can also try and play it like this. And your C sharp just a little bit higher. So if you liked it, you can play around with that or tie these up and play it with a C sharp drone. So with this style of flute, there's really so many different options. One last option that is a potential for people with the ability to play 4 at one time. It does take a lot of breath and takes some configuring to figure out what you want to do with it. But I'll show you what a quad flute would look like. So, and if you're skilled enough, here's what a quad drone flute looks like. So if you have the ability to balance it in your hands, to play all 4 at once with your breath control, or just use it as 2 different triple flutes that you can kind of jump around with, or 2 different double flutes, you have a lot of different options. You could tie all of these drone holes up for this drone. You could leave this, like tie up the bottom 3 of both of these. There's just a lot of different things that you could do to try and figure out what to do. Like you have a Mayan temple drone flute here, and then you jump over here and you have a Hejaz triple drone flute. You can configure it however you want. You could put a bass B drone on it, but this would be kind of what your quad looks like. lot of the configurations. I'm sure there's some that I've left out, but I'm going to go ahead and make a few different configurations and let you hear what each one of them sounds like. And for now, we are offering this flute as a basically series, so you have different keys that are compatible that you can choose from. So this one is F sharp, high C sharp, low B, and you can choose between the different alternative scales that we offer, as well as the ocarina drone flute, which I will show you in a little bit as well. So we also are offering it in cherry. If you do want it in a different wood, I'd recommend you have to contact me through a message. I don't have that as a listing on my website, and we can make you a set with a specific wood, whether you want black walnut or Hawaiian curly koa. There's a lot of different options that we have that aren't on the website. We're just sticking with cherry for now. The custom woods would be a little bit more though. So yeah, that's pretty much everything as far as this flute goes, as far as what I can share within a timely manner, because there's just so many different combinations. But I'm going to go ahead and put these into different configurations and play them for you, little snippets at a time, and I hope you guys enjoy.